I do have the educational happening for the day, and I am going to try to make this brief because we are at the very end. And speaking of the very end, everything that has a beginning has an end. That is a quote from the Oracle in the Matrix. I'm giving you that quote because it is very important for every speech to have a good ending. And that is what I'm going to talk to you about for tonight, is to have a successful conclusion, because the conclusion makes the difference in a speech. Some great, some things that a conclusion does is that it achieves a sense of closure. So you can use phrases such as in conclusion, or let me end by saying, or in summary. You can also make an impact with your speech as well. It can just add that extra oomph whenever you give that presentation. And also, whenever you do a conclusion, it shouldn't take up most of your speech. Just take up about maybe less than 5 to 10% of your speech. So, for example, if you are doing let's say, a 10-minute speech, then your closing should be about 30 to 60 seconds. So it shouldn't take up a lot of time whenever you do your speech. And here are a couple of examples that you could, or a couple of techniques rather, that you could use to close off your speech. One, you can use a quote. You could, like, for example, like George Bernard Shaw. You can close with something that he did, like, some men see things as they are and ask, why? I dare to dream of things that never were and ask, why not? That's how he ended his. Another great way that we could end our speeches, which is pretty common, is you can do a call to action. You can inspire people to do something at the end of their speech, to take an action, to go home and make a decision on whatever your topic was in your speech. You can also end with a rhetorical question, a question that doesn't really have to have an answer. Just something to get the people's wheels turning as they're thinking. Also, another great technique that you can use to end your speech is to summarize your main points, which is also always a great go-to. If nothing else works, if you can't think of anything else, then you can always just summarize your main points. Just go back through your speech and just summarize what you just said, and just let that be the final thing at the end of your speech. In conclusion, you want to memorize your conclusion. Also, you want to make sure that you end on time, and also refrain from adding new points to your speech. And in this, I will leave you. Great is the art of beginning, but greater is the art of an ending. That one was from Henry Wadsworth